Hello everybody, welcome to Late Night Frights. I'm Chris Brock, and today the horror films I selected for my horror battle were Wes Craven's Deadly Blessing and Tobe Hooper's The Funhouse. And why I chose these two films is because they're just overlooked films in these two directors' careers. And I know they know horror films because they made two of the best horror films, in my opinion, with A Texas Chainsaw Massacre and with A Nightmare on Elm Street. I think those are two great horror films. And these guys know horror; they're great horror directors. And I just don't know why these movies don't get recognition and they don't get talked about. So I checked them out today, and this is why I chose them, because I want to battle them to the death and tell you guys which one's better, which one's the better film, and if you guys should check them out. So yeah, I'm gonna give a little plot summary on each film. So we're gonna start off with Deadly Blessing. Okay, what Deadly Blessing is about, it is about a couple named Martha and Jim. Jim used to be an ex-Hittite, and what Hittites are, they're basically like the Amish, but, they're a little bit worse. In the film, one of the characters say, the Hittites make the Amish look like swingers, and that's totally true. He don't live the, Hittite lifestyle no more. He went off and got Martha, and they live in an isolated farm, and most of the population are the Hittites, and as you guys can already tell where this is going, Jim and the Hittites don't see eye to eye because he don't live that lifestyle no more. He uses electronics and all that stuff. And later that night, he gets murdered. So that's pretty much all I'm going to say. He gets murdered, and the next day, Martha calls her friends and, asks them to come up for a week, and some stuff starts happening. So that's where I'm going to leave that off at. That's pretty much, the basic, plot summary of that film. And I won't tell you any more because I don't want to spoil nothing. So now we're going to move on to Tobe Hooper's The Funhouse. And this one is pretty simple. It's just about a group of teenagers. They meet, they meet up and they're going to a carnival. And, they basically dare each other to stay a night at the Funhouse. And they witness a murder. And a kid drops his lighter, and the people, they know that people are there, and they seen the murders, so now they go into the Funhouse. They turn everything on because everything was off because it was in the middle of the night, and they turn on the Funhouse, and it is just crazy. They go and try killing them, and just a lot of crap goes down. So it's basically just a pretty simple plot. Kids dare each other to stay at night at the Funhouse, and they get killed off one by one. So that's pretty much it for that one. Not too much of a complicated plot with that film. So let's get down to the battles. Got my notes and everything right here. You guys can see it. Okay, round one, kills. Okay, so let's talk about some kills. They all are, the films had good kills in my opinion. Okay, so Funhouse, one kill, I did not expect it. They was just talking, this guy, one of the characters was kind of opening up a little bit, telling, about, his life, and then a rope just comes down, and it's already tied and everything, comes down, jerks him up, and he just gets hung. And, the people, the group of kids, teenagers, are trying to grab him down, but he just gets, brought up like that. And he's, getting hung. So he died. I thought that was pretty cool. I did not expect that. That came out of nowhere. And the other kill was off screen. Actually, the other two kills are off screen. So I don't really know. The killer, how the killer gets killed is pretty ironic. I'll tell you that. So only one really kill in the Funhouse, and it was pretty good, but nothing really, to run home about. So. Let's talk about the kills in Deadly Blessing. We had the first kill with the tractor. I won't tell you who gets killed. The first kill with the tractor, that one was okay. The second kill, I did not expect that person to get killed. That's what really threw me off. Yeah, that kill was pretty good. And then there was two people who died. One just got stabbed, and then the other one got gasoline thrown on the car and then blew up. So hands down, Deadly Blessing takes round one for great kills. And I don't know, Deadly Blessing was just, I guess, more creative with the kills. So round two, storyline. Okay, so storyline. I already told you, Deadly Blessing, especially about the Hittites, and you really don't see like horror films that are like kind of Amish themed, if you know what I mean. But the Funhouse, we've seen that so many times. The group of teenagers, go stay at a place overnight and get killed one by one. So I just thought Deadly Blessings storyline was, more. I wouldn't say original because Children of Corn kind of do that, but it's not the exact same thing. But we've seen the Funhouse. We've seen that before with like Friday the 13th and so many other horror films. So round two goes to Deadly Blessings on storyline. Round three, the acting. Okay, so the acting. You have Sharon Stone in Deadly Blessing, and you have the actor who plays Martha is pretty good. And you have the guy from The Hills Have Eyes. He's back in, Deadly Blessing. Uh, so, I'm trying to be unbiased as possible. The Funhouse, I don't know any actors. I'm sorry. I don't know any actors from the Funhouse. And they did an average job, basically like the Friday the 13th group of kids. That's how they acted. And I just think Deadly Blessing had the better acting with, Sharon Stone and the woman who played Martha. Yeah, their performances were just more believable than the kids in the Funhouse. So round three goes to Deadly Blessing. Round four, the killer. Okay, so the killers are the killer in the Funhouse. I really like that killer. I ain't gonna spoil nothing. The Frankenstein guy. He's obviously the killer. But when he takes off the mask, oh my gosh, he looks crazy. I don't know. That just really reminds me of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre because he's kind of, I don't know, he's kind of off in the head. I think he's like a man child. I don't know. And the guy, the father of the killer, the Frankenstein guy, he was pretty cool too. He was creepy, but he was nice. He had like this thing to him where he was nice, but what he was thinking. He was going to kill you. And just that killer, the Frankenstein guy, I don't know the name. I guess he looks like a monster after he takes the mask off. He was just screaming and just all this stuff. And, he was just cool. He was really cool. He looked completely weird and nasty, and he was just cool. He was crazy. The killer in Deadly Blessing, I won't give that away because this one is more like the kills are shot first person view from the killer, so it's really kind of a mystery, which I really like. I really like that because like other films do that, like Black Christmas, like Friday the 13th. They do that, and I just really like that. But I wasn't a fan of the killer. I kind of thought I had a clue who the killer was, and I was actually right. So round four, I'm gonna go to the Funhouse. That killer was just crazy. He was just screaming, and I don't know. I just love killers who are just like psychos. Round five, which is a better overall horror film? I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm gonna be blunt and unbiased as possible. I think Deadly Blessing is the better horror film because it kind of has some supernatural elements into it, which is pretty cool. I just had an overall better time watching Deadly Blessing than I did the Funhouse because the Funhouse I kind of it seemed like it dragged on more, and I don't know. It just felt like I've seen the Funhouse before. A group of kids, they go to a place and they stay the night and they get slaughtered one by one. I just felt like I've seen that before. With Deadly Blessing, it was kind of unique and different. I felt like I didn't see that before. It was just cool kind of seeing like the Hittites, in a film, because it's kind of like an Amish film, Amish themed horror film, and you don't really get a lot of those, and I think they executed it pretty well. I don't know, I just feel like I've seen the Funhouse before. It's nothing really new, but with Deadly Blessing, it kind of, it's different, is basically what I'm trying to say. They're by no means they're not masterpieces of movies, but I consider these two movies underrated, and I would definitely if you're a horror fan and If you haven't seen these, go check them out. They're pretty good. But I just like Deadly Blessing a little bit more. So Deadly Blessing has won this battle, guys. I'm gonna leave a link to the Facebook, our Facebook profile or page below of Late Night Frights. So if you're a fan of Late Night Frights, guys, please go like that. And like, rate, comment, subscribe, guys. Peace.